why does it look like advertisement?
Because it is advertisement. Because I mentioned before that our main goal is to popularize Kazakh authors and to make our culture greater. So that's the reason.
Good morning, dear students. Let's start from our homework. I think Ivan prepared his presentation for today, and let's listen to him. Ivan, please come here.
So, good morning, dear classmates, and today I want to tell you about a wonderful television teleplay that was mostly created by students of our school and teachers of us. So the teleplay is called "The Sun Can Be Obscured by the Sun" by the Hammonster, and it was created and it was based on the work by a contemporary writer of Kazakhstan, Dina Abilova. So the teleplay was created by a creative association named after Isabekova LK, and in this presentation we will discuss who is Dina Abilova biography. We will discuss the teleplay and its creation. We will analyze the plot of the teleplay, and I want to say some words about popularization of Kazakhstan's contemporary art. Yeah. So, who is Dina Abilova at all? Dina Abilova is a Kazakh poetess. Dina was born on October 6th in 1975 in the family of a descendant of Mambetbai, a folk poet, improviser in Kazakh language. It's called like Akhtan Abilov. Despite the fact that Dina has a degree in accountants, she successfully, I think, combines work with the main thing in her life, writing. And here you can see some facts that will help us to understand her personality and her personal characteristics better. The first one is the love of Oriental and Oriental languages made Dina interested in different cultures, especially East countries. So I think she is quite an open-minded person. Then Dina likes to experiment with different genres. In her works you can find elements of mysticism, fantasy, and realism. But also you can find here some space for your personal search. Then, Dina Abilova's works have been translated into lots of languages. Among them are Ukrainian, Azerbaijan, Kazakh, Georgian, English, and Shan languages. So, one of the interesting facts that I wanted to mention as well is Dina has been suggested to sell some of her works by a lot of thousands of dollars, but she refused because they suggested to disclaim her authorship. So I think it's quite important for her to be a Kazakh poetess and to develop our culture. So that's the reason why she refused this suggestions. And the last one is Dina achieved the burial of a Kazakh soldier who died in the Second World War and was found in Russia's territories. So at the same time, when our government wasn't really interested in these burials, Dina achieved these funerals and saved the memory of our soldiers. And I'm sorry. And yes, I want to say that if you want to find some of Dina's works, you can find them here by following this link or just scanning this QR. So talking about musical television teleplay, it was created, as I mentioned before, by a creative association of students named after Isabekova LK. The filming took about a year, and as you might see from this picture, a lot of different and various people took part in the filming. You can see teachers, you can see students, musicians, some elderly, and various people. And over 30 people took part in the filming, and over 25 people took part in singing in fire. And then it took about 3 or 4 months to persuade some of the teachers who starred some main roles in this teleplay. And Idol Tribute specially played a concert for the teleplay, as you may see from this picture. The vocalist was rephrasing about a month before the concert. Lots of teachers help with all organizations. Here they are. As a result, a record was set. The largest choir in the Almaty region was organized for filming and singing live in English language. And the teleplay won the nomination, Fiction Film, and took the first place. And as you might see the link here, you can also follow this to watch on YouTube. And talking about the plot of the teleplay, the teleplay is based on the Dina Abilova work, The Sun Can Be Obscured by the Pen. However, the teleplay, I think, has like more strict chronological plot. In the beginning, we met one of the main heroes. Her name is Victoria, and she asks her mother, her stepmother, actually, to buy her a dress for a graduation ceremony. And talking about Victoria's biography, when she was 2 years old, her mother left her and her father. The father started to like drinking. However, then Marjan, her stepmother, came into their lives, and everything in their life become like much more better. And then we moved to one of the main like scenes in the teleplay. It's when on the day of graduation, when the head teacher was congratulating and reading names of graduates aloud, she accidentally, not knowing the situation in Victoria's family, named her real mother's name instead of Victoria's. So Marjan, the stepmother, was very disappointed with this, and she just ran away crying from the ceremony. And in the end, Victoria catches up with her stepmother to console her. At this moment, she really realized that her real mother is Marjan. And in the conclusion of talking about the teleplay, I want to say that there are two like main but very common truths that we can find there. Is that happiness doesn't lie in material things. We can see this from the name and from that dress that she asked to buy, because even before she bought a dress, she really understands what happiness is. But in the end, she actually bought the dress. And the last one is a person is defined by his actions. So I think if some people have like problem situation in their family with like mother or father, it doesn't actually matter who your like biological mother or father is, because your stepmother or stepfather might be like your real mother or father, because they are defined by their actions. And as we can see from the example of Marjan, she really understands what love is and how it's like to love your child, in spite of the fact that Victoria is not her biological daughter. And please, next. And in conclusion, I want to say that Dina Abilova's work, The Sun Can Be Obscured by the Pen, contains a very simple but very like real truth about life and people we communicate every day. Moreover, I will say that all of her works contain deep moral lessons that will reflect with everybody among us. Additionally, I think that they are very familiar background of the plot in her works, because she lives in Kazakhstan, so reading her works or watching kind of teleplays, you can get this very familiar feeling of our locations, because we are living in Kazakhstan. And I also want to mention that there are a lot of amazing authors in Kazakhstan like Dina, so I think that we should support them. We should translate their works in other languages if you know some of them. You should also tell your friends or relatives who live in other countries and make our Kazakh authors more popular, not only in our country but abroad. So I think those people like Dina are creators of modern culture of Kazakhstan, which needs to be revived. I guess that's all.
It was great.
Yes, questions.
It was your work, and you have...
Yes, I can answer some questions if some of you have some.
Let's start with your questions.
Why this choice for in Dina Abilova's? How did you meet this actor?
I met